Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for the Cuckoo's Fiancee, Chapter 36. When we last left our heroes, we had Sachi kind of being at her all-time worst. She, snooped around Hiro, trying to find some dirt on her to make, Nagi not be into her anymore. But she found nothing because Hiro is a saint, apparently, who has never done anything wrong in her life, which is also just a really boring take on Hiro. So yeah, in the last chapter I was not big on, but it ended with Sachi declaring her desire to go to Nagi's high school. So yeah, let's jump right on into chapter 36. Chapter 36. We'll have the title in a minute, I guess. Anyway, we open at what I think is Sachi's middle school. Interestingly enough, it looks very run down. You see cracks in the bricks. It's very old, it looks like. Sachi, you want to hit Mickey D's with us? Can they say that? Because I know most anime will change the name of McDonald's to make it copyright friendly or whatever. Devils of Part-Timers Whack Donald's or whatever it was. But maybe Mickey D's isn't copyrighted so they can get away with it. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, Sachi shuts them down though. Can't. Sorry. What? You're going home? Well, group call tonight then? Can't do that either. You're screwing with me. And then this is one of the other girls there. But we have to get our high school preference sheets turned in today. And then another one. What are you going to do? And Sachi just walks away. I already turned it in. Eh? What do you pick? It's a secret. 36th foul. We've got the whole family right here. And the thing is done in the cover page is done in the traditional Instagram post style. But we see her picture. The picture there is of her questionnaire, Megurogawa Prep School, which I think might be the first time we've heard the school's name. Because I don't think we've heard that before, and I think if we had heard it before, I would have compared it to School Live's Megami. I forget what it is in School Live, but it's a very similar name. Anyway, she overflows with resolve. Shine on, you crazy diamond. So yeah, there's our cover page. We then cut to the house, the inner family, the house, you know the one. Dinner's ready, and Nagi opens up Sachi's door. Hey, Sachi, we're having mapo tofu and crab egg foo young. Come on. And Sachi's just lying in her room, surrounded by study materials. I'll eat later. Later, my ass. Cold Chinese food is soulless Chinese food. Well, then heat it back up for me later. Why me? Can you shut up already? Like I said last week, she's being really, really cold to someone that she's completely in the wrong with. And I'm not sure if this is a reaction to the end of last chapter, or if it's just her being super study mode. But then Nagi looks at her, hard at work studying, and he kind of starts to sweat. And then we cut to dinner. Sachi-chan started studying? It seems like she's serious about trying to get into our... This is Nagi. It seems like she's serious about trying to get into our school. Yep. Nothing like a goal to get yourself motivated. Nagi pauses for a moment. Yeah, but... It'll pass. She'll forget all about it soon. The world has so many distractions to keep your mind off studying. She and I have the same DNA, so you can mark that down as an Erika guarantee, as you get wink and a thumbs up. Nagi just kind of looked at her. Well said. Which kind of brings up an interesting thing. This show keeps kind of waffling back and forth on the nature versus nurture question, which is not exactly important to the show. But specifically, I think it was 34. Nagi and Hiro had a question about Sachi, or had a conversation about Sachi. And Nagi mentioned that she's not like Erika at all. And so Hiro comments that it must come from how they were raised. But here, Erika's it's because of the DNA, it's because we're siblings. So I don't know. I'm probably overthinking this. And Erika continues, and I get that you're worried about your little sister, considering she's skipping meals to concentrate. But don't you think it's time to let her go? She's not a kid anymore. And then it looks like she steals some of Nagi's food. Hey, that's mine! Then Nagi actually answers her question. No, that's not what I'm worried about. Erika looks at him, questioning. Sachi, when she decides she's doing something, she makes it happen. How, how do you mean? Nagi flashes back. Well, like when I was in 4th grade. Nagi, you got a certificate for swimming? So will I. I'm gonna come in first. And then we see, like, Sachi not being a good swimmer. Now, she was an absolutely terrible swimmer, but she went to the pool every day. And the next year, she really did come in first. It didn't end there. When I won a reading competition, she won it the next year. When I placed in a marathon, she placed too. These like middle schoolers were running a marathon. Okay, I'm sure it's just like a normal race or something, because 26 miles seems a lot for like a preteen. Anyway, we see these images of Sachi with the reading trophy, with the marathon placement, and Erika just gasps, "What the heck? That's amazing! Do you think I have that ability too?" I think she's a bit of an oddity. Then Nagi pauses for a moment. Erika looks at him. So what's the problem? Sounds like there's nothing to worry about. She's got this, no sweat. And Nagi counters, that's not what I'm worried about. I mean, I'd like to root for her, but... And then we come to the Umino restaurant. I see. It's a family problem. Pretty much. It's just Nagi and Erika here. I just don't see my parents actually being on board. What I'm saying is, you've got to get them on board. Oh, so Nagi's actually fully in Sachi's camp. Okay. I thought after last chapter and the whole, she's just there to like keep an eye on Hiro or something, or to continue to try to get with her brother. Because God, I really don't like the Sachi storyline. But I figured he'd be like, maybe you shouldn't be at this school, Sachi. But apparently not. And so he turns to Sachi, who's also there. Let's go, Sachi. And we see Sachi looks very uncomfortable to be here. It's fine, we don't need to tell them. I'll tell them if they ask. Nagi counters, you know we can't do that, Sachi. And Erika comforts her. It's fine, come on. And Sachi just looks down for a moment. And Mama Umino just blows right through all their concerns. Sounds good to me. We believe in you. And everyone just stares at the two of them. What? What are you shouting for? Seriously, Nagi, pipe down. This is kind of just a continuing theme of the Cuckoo's Fiancee has, of just kind of like barreling through anything that might in another series lead to drama. Like we see it specifically with a couple of chapters ago with Hiro being fully on board with the fiancé situation. We've seen it a couple of times too. Really, Sachi's reaction to Hiro's existence is kind of the only instance where the series seems to not just, let characters handle things maturely. But anyway, let's continue. But don't you get it? This is Nagi. She's shooting for the same school as me, a prep school. Yeah, we got it. We're not senile, honey. And Yohei just, says, Sachi. She shoots, she scores. In a way, we worry less about her than we do about you. Harsh, Mama Umino. But Sachi smiles a little bit. No, that's not. What I'm saying is, and Mama Umino sits down. If it's the money you're worried about, you can relax. Wait, what? Do we really have savings like that? Well, in a sense. My point is, we can just sell the store. Oh. That's big. I figured they were going to do some kind of getting the Uminos to help out because it's their daughter's sister in a roundabout way. But no, they can just sell the store. Which is quite the leap. Sure, it's a little cramped, but it's near the station and it's right in the shopping district. Don't forget, cash isn't the only asset in the world. You can't be serious. Of course I am. Where else would we get the money? Unless, don't tell me. You scored a winning lottery ticket? Nagi kind of backs off. As if. And we see Sachi's eyes are kind of shaded in. In silhouette. And she bangs her fist on the table. Why? Why would you do something like that? You said it yourself, Mom. You care about this job more than your life. And Nagi and Erika both look at her with a little shocked by the sudden outburst. I don't want to make you do that. There's no point in this if you don't have your shop. I can go somewhere cheaper. It's fine. We see this kind of like negative energy kind of like swirling around Sachi. And Mama Umino then slams her fist down. Hey, Sachi, are you telling me you're really that chicken shit? Uh, we're seeing the delinquent side of her come out. And Sachi counters right back. Hell no. I just don't want you to sell at the store. That's all I'm saying. Well, what's your plan then? Sell off your dad's fishing rod? And Yohei kind of like, I don't know, I think I'm kind of misreading his expression there. That's not even worth a fraction of what we need. Yohei chimes in supportive, which is the opposite of what I thought. No, to at least buy you a uniform. Shut up, Dad. And Nog kind of freaks out. Eek! This isn't working. And then someone slams their fist on the table. Or no, Erika slams her fist on the wall. This is ridiculous. Could you knock it off? Now Nagi now like freaking out. And now Amino-san's jumping in the ring. You're all such good people. So why is this conversation so awful? Isn't it way too early to make a decision? Sachi-chan has a school she's shooting for, and everyone else wants to find a way to avoid selling the store. Why do we have to talk about an unhappy future? I want to focus on the fun talk we were just having. After all, we've got the whole family right here. And we kind of like zoom out and we see, chairs scattered all over the place, a drink knocked over, the table's out of whack. Sachi is wielding a chair like a weapon, as is Mama Umino. Good for them. I love they both go for the same weapon. That's just funny. But yeah, I do feel like Erika's kind of like, this is an important conversation to have. And so I feel like cutting it off here maybe isn't great long term. But maybe it'll all work out. I'm sure it will. Anyway, so a little bit later, Nagi's outside and Erika goes outside to join him. Sachi-chan said she's grabbing some study materials. Okay. You're a real big sister. Eh? You saved the day in there. When it gets like that, not even I can do anything about it. And Erika is kind of like smugly, well, I always wanted to be part of a family feud. Is this a joke to you? No. What do you say before, Nagi-kun? You'd change my destiny? Nagi kind of like panics and starts to freak out a little bit. Well, I thought I'd do a little of that myself. And Nagi just looks at her. Not exactly the same thing. It's totally the same. And then Sachi comes out. I'm ready. And we see she's got this gigantic bag to her back. It's like at least the height of her torso. And wide is like several times her size. You're bringing how many books? I've been slacking. Gotta make up for lost time somehow. Do you have no concept of diminishing returns? Who asked you? And he just kind of like walks away. And Erika smiles after her. Alright, Sachi-chan. I'm rooting for you. And Sachi pauses for a moment. Erika looks at her questioning. Oh, thanks, sis. And the two of them just freeze. Nagi and Erika freeze. And we see Nagi's a little bit shocked in this first panel. And then in this next panel, Erika responds, anytime. And Nagi's jaw just like hits the floor. Hey, Sachi, what about your big brother? Where's your thanks for me? And Sachi grins for a minute. That's not my problem. Savor the... It's just the, eye, tongue thing. Savor the present. That's what binds a family together. Next time, a heart-pounding experience with Sachi and Hiro. See you at the campus visit. Alright. This was better than last week. Just because the dynamics in last week were just really not great. Which makes this next time blurb a little threatening to me. Because Sachi and Hiro was the dynamic, not even really the dynamic, but just like the concept that dragged last chapter into the mud. So I'm hopeful that we can see a bit more maturity from Sachi next week than we saw last week. Because last week was just rough. I don't want to focus on that, let's focus on this week. This chapter was pretty fun. Might be the most that Mama Uminos had to do, in most of the series. Yohei at least had the fishing trip and the scene with Nagi back in 28. But Mama Yohei's just kind of been a background character for most of the series. And she actually gets to do some fun things here. including both her and Sachi wielding the chairs like weapons. One hand, like not even like both hands, just especially in the bottom of 17, Mama Umino just like wielding it, like holding it casually off to the side. That's just great. We love. It's great. We also get a little bit of Sachi. We see a little bit of in the past Sachi's kind of determined attitude she has with most things. And then we have the conversation at the house, which kind of doesn't really resolve, I will say. They don't really figure out how they're going to get Sachi into the prep school. Because Erika just kind of shuts the whole conversation down, which, again, like I said earlier, might come back to bite them if they're not careful. But yeah, then we have this one last moment between Sachi and Erika, and then we see Sachi's immaturity with Nagi again. And then next time we're going to have to see Sachi and Hiro together, which hopefully does not, like I said, does not lead to Hiro being as incredibly immature as she was last week. But all in all, this was a fun chapter. It's hardly a series highlight, but it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, do whatever makes you happy, And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!